whatever the recording file is there, right? That file will be saved in the same Skype group itself. You can download whenever you want, but you have to download the file, the recording video within 30 days. After 30 days, it will automatically disappear.
Okay, okay. No issues.
So you have to better you can download the whatever the videos by
Daily,
weekly,
daily basis, yeah, I will
weekly
tell
or
you.
daily if it's better like but daily.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, then I'll go for mute. You both can go ahead. And the same thing you have to do for daily.
Okay.
Okay.
Timing also remain the same, Omkar, on daily basis.
Yes, yes, it will be 8 p.m.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Okay
then
then.
I'm going for mute.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So Omkar, have you done some practice on weekend?
No, because today I just got a recording, so I do not get any chance to go through that recording and all. Sorry for that.
Okay, okay, no issues.
So,
Yeah. So I will just revise what we have done in our last lecture.
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So in the last lecture, we see how to use the Docker build command and various option of that command. Like using Docker build dot, we will pass the current directory as a build context. Okay. And if you don't specify any tag during building, it will not have any name and tag. If
Okay.
you want to give if you want to give a image tag, you can use this command docker tag image id, and whatever the tag you want to give, you can give it using this command docker tag. And also during building, if you want to give a image name with the tag, you can use this command docker build -t and your required name. Okay, that was the one thing. Another thing was to use the different Docker file for building a Docker image. So by default, it will search inside our current directory with the file name Docker file. If it is not available, it will throw an error. We saw that in the last session. So
Mhm.
if you want to give us, if you want to use a specific Docker file, you can use this flag
Path.
-f. Yes, -f and the path of the Docker file.
I have one question here regarding this. Whatever the file we are getting, so that file we have to create it, or some developer will create for us.
No, it will be created by DevOps people.
So by us only, right?
Yes, by us only, because it is a typical dev job to create an image. Sometimes developer will have some knowledge on the Docker. They
No,
will
no.
give us.
The image we can create. Like we can also pull from the Docker Hub as well. Like they need SQL server, SQL Docker, so we can directly pull it.
Mhm,
So custom image. So how we can build it? Like if whatever you are, because you given me the file, correct?
right.
Same file I'm using it, and I'm just creating an image, correct?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So how we can create? Like
Yes.
you give me the from Alpine. Alpine is a some application, some software or application, correct?
Yeah. It is a base OS image. On top of it, we are installing our software. It is same
So
like Ubuntu.
it's the same for all, or might be if it is Ubuntu. So I need to write here Ubuntu, right?
Yeah, Ubuntu. You can write here Ubuntu.
So, but from
Okay.
where I will get the Ubuntu related file?
It is not a file. It is also in one image, one type of image.
Okay, this is the image.
This is
So
also image. Yeah.
where that image is stored? Alpine.
It is publicly available image. It is stored on the Docker Hub by default. And
Okay.
as we have seen in the last lecture, all the images which are stored in the Docker Hub, which are in public in nature, they can
Correct.
easily be downloadable by
Correct.
anyone.
So I just want to understand
Mhm.
here, like if it is Alpine, Alpine is one kind of image that is available on the
Internet.
so we can easily run a pull command, right? And we
Yeah,
can,
right.
so why we are creating this file? What is the
Yeah,
benefit?
yeah. So, but we want some custom image. Like we don't know which code will be available. Okay, we want to add our custom coding inside this image. Also, we have to install our required packages like tree, Python 3.
So
This
that's
thing will not be
so
available
see,
by default.
got it. Like the Python won't be available. Might be we
Hmm.
will get a Python Docker container image, might be private image
Right,
as well.
right, yeah,
Correct.
right.
But
Hmm.
so I have one question. So
Hmm.
after we just installed one image,
Hmm.
okay, in one container, okay,
Hmm.
pull from Docker Hub like Ubuntu. After
Hmm.
after pulling, we can also manually we can install Python package as well, right?
Yeah, but the problem is it is not a good practice. Means you can like just write in the, you can do the Docker Hub, Docker pull Alpine, but it will not have any in a pure code. How you are going to add that code? Because during Docker run, it will run. If you run like Docker run Alpine, what it will do? It will execute the entry point of this image, Alpine image, which has like bash. I will show you this example also. Run here. So here you are saying there is a null output because this thing doesn't have anything.
But we can log into it and run as a bash, right?
Yeah, right. We can do it, but that is also not a good idea, right? Because every time if you want to do something, you have to do Docker run, Docker run Alpine, means Docker exec, like that, Alpine something like that. You have
Correct.
to do it every time. So it is not a good practice. Like you cannot do same thing over and over again. Suppose some developer push some code. Maybe the Docker environment where you are running that Docker image, that will not have access to your Git repositories. Again, we have to add that credential of the Git to download Git clone inside that image to get all the files, right?
Right.
Yeah. That is why it is a recommendation to download the, means to build an image.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Got it.
It is also custom image. Means it is a custom image, right? Here we
Right.
are creating this custom image. This is just a base OS image. You can use
This
any
is a
image.
this is a base OS, and after run we are running APK and add tree.
Hmm.
APK
Yeah.
means
Yeah, it is like APT. Same like APT.
okay.
APT get installed. Same like for Alpine, it is also OS. Alpine is
Okay.
OS.
Okay. Add APK tree Python. Tree and Python. So we are installing tree and Python both.
Yes, right. Alpine OS. We
Okay.
see it is a Linux distribution designed to be small, simple, and secure.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so it is a very small image because we have seen last time also, like if you do Docker image, wait a minute, I will do here. What is this? Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Yes, I just yeah. So if you do Docker image ls,
Yes. Yes.
you can see currently there is no Alpine available. So I will pull Alpine. If you don't specify the tag, it will be latest.
Yes. Yes.
Now, if you see Docker image ls, you can see the size of the Alpine. What is the size? 7.5 MB.
Correct.
Okay. Now, if you pull the Docker, pull Ubuntu. So it is a very huge image, very huge.
Yeah.
Even
I
you
think
can,
around is 65 something.
yeah, right. So
29.
on top of that, you have to install your packages plus your code. You have to add it. So
Correct.
again, it will become. You can see that it is 7 and it is 77. So there is a huge difference, right?
Right. Right.
And again, when you install extra packages, this will become very big. It will be around like 300 MB. But for Alpine, it is a very small OS and it has a very lightweight packages. Okay, it doesn't have any extra things.
Okay.
Now, where we yes, we were here like Docker file.dev. Yeah. So you asked question who is going to create this Docker file. So it is
Right.
depending upon your like practice, but generally DevOps people will create this Docker file. Okay.
Okay.
And during the CI/CD process, Jenkins will run the CI pipeline, right? At that time, this process will be uh, run. Like it will run this command: Docker build the file name and the image tag. Okay, during CI process, CI pipeline. We are going to cover that in the Jenkins session.
Okay.
Now, yes, so using hyphen flag, you can specify the Docker file, custom Docker file name.
Okay.
Now, the next step, next thing what we learn about the build context. Okay, so if you want to pass any like different context other than your current working directory, you can do that using this option, right? Okay, so just here you have to give the path of that context. So from there you can copy the all required files. Just we saw that in the last session, right? Do you
Right.
remember? Right?
Yes. Yes.
Right. You can also see the recording. Means you will get also do the practical so that you will get the good idea. Because when
Yes.
we ran it, when we ran the same when we use the same command, same Docker file, we saw the two outputs for the two different contexts. For this, we saw that all the content of this directory went inside Docker file when we use this current directory as a build context. But if you use this example directory as a build context, it copied all these folders.
Okay.
Okay. So this was the revision about this thing. Do you have any doubts?
No, as of now.
Okay, now today we are going to learn how to use various Docker file keywords.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start from this first keyword. So the name of the first keyword is from. Okay, so from means so here we specify the base Docker image. From here we have to install our extra packages. Okay, so you can use any number of images, like you can use the Nginx as a base source image, you can use the Alpine, you can use Python 3.alpine. Okay, you can use from CentOS, from Ubuntu, depending upon your requirement. Like sometimes developer will say our code only work on the CentOS. So what you can do, you can use the CentOS here from CentOS.
Mhm.
So Docker pull CentOS. So I think the CentOS is like around like 200 MB, something like that.
Yes, it's out of
Yeah, it
life.
is 8 MB. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming, but maybe I'm checking. It's also not available in Amazon nowadays. CentOS.
Yeah, the CentOS OS is different, image is different.
Yes.
So here we are using base OS image. So this keyword, it is known as from. So it should be first non-commented line, should be from in our Docker file.
Okay.
Okay. So you can see first line is the from, and here we are specifying the base image name. Okay. So syntax is like this: from image name. Okay. So you can use any number of images, whatever you want. Like here we have like Python 3-alpine. In this image, they have already installed Python 3 in the Alpine image. So if you don't want to install Python in your Docker file, you can just use this image.
Mm-hmm.
So as simple as that. Did you got it? What is use of this?
Got it.
Yeah. So next stage is run. So run is the instruction executed inside our Docker image during building. Okay, so if you want to run any our like bash command or any shell command, you can use the run. Okay, and then the syntax of the run is there are two types of syntax. One is the shell form like this, and another is the exec form. In the exec form, I will copy this. So so one is the shell form. Here you can see in the run, we are not giving any extra thing like this parameter, this what this array. Here it is same like our normal text run apt get install. The syntax is like that: apt get install, or you can write any shell command, it will work. Install 3 Python 3 Git, anything like that, you can use it. But if you want to use this form, exact form, you have to use this arrays. And there is also particular syntax. Here we have to pass the executable. Means inside your image, there are multiple executables, right? Like there will be Python, there will be some bash. Bash is also executable. So by default, if you don't specify anything, all this command will be sent to the bin slash bash. Okay, but if you want to use this run, we have to specify some executables like bin bash, and then -c is the parameters to this bin bash, and then our command git install Orina and cp my file.txt to some directory. Okay, so uh, so generally people will use this format for the exit, for the run keyword, just like that. So don't remember this format for the run command, run keyword. Just remember this thing. We use the run to execute command inside image. Okay, did you got it?
Got it.
Yeah, keyword is only used to run the command inside image. Okay, now next thing is add and copy. These two are the same commands. Okay, but there is a one major difference. In the interview also, they will ask you what is the difference between the add and the copy. Okay, so if you want to copy some files from our build context to our image, you can use the add and copy command. Okay, but one more difference between the add command and copy is that we can copy the file from some URL also. I will show you the practical.
Yes, yes, yes.
If you go here, yeah. So now I will show you this this thing. So here, what we are doing first, in the first step, we are using this Space OS image. Okay, Alpine. So it will download this image, and in the next stage, what it will do, it will run this command inside our image, apk-add tree python. Okay, what is the next command? It is a work directory. We'll show you in the after some time what is meaning of this work directory. Okay, the next command is add command. Okay, so what is it is doing? It is using one URL, and we have some destination here, right? You can see some destination /app/myfiles.sh, right? So it will download this file and will copy it at this location, which is inside the image. Okay,
Okay.
did you got it?
Got it.
What is doing? Yeah,
Yes,
I will
yes.
show you. We have built that image using docker build, and the -f docker file path, and the image tag is 3, my image 3. Now we are going inside the image. We are running the this particular image and also going inside it. If you go here, can you see this file, myfile.sh?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have specified the same location here, /app myfile.sh. Okay. Now suppose if you want to give some different name like my file or other file, what is it? We'll again build it, docker file build, build a new image. Okay, then we'll do docker run. Now can you see that the file name got changed?
Correct.
Like it's not got changed, but we created a new image. It is not like it got replaced inside a image. We are building a new image. Okay. But this time we have used this as a file name inside our Docker file. So that is why the file name is otherfile.sh. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah. So we can also refer to the syntax here. Source and destination. Here source and destination will be inside the image. Now let's try the same thing using the copy command. Okay, same thing. I will comment out this add instruction and will uncomment the copy instruction. Okay, and we'll try to build the image. Docker build -f the file path and dot. Can you see what you are getting?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So here we are getting error. What is error name? Source can be URL for a copy.
Okay.
So you got to the point.
Yeah,
What is the
but
difference between the copy?
yeah, but we have given the URL as well, right? In copy. This road.
That is why it is not working. So this is add. So there is a difference between the copy and add.
Add means it will also add from the URL as well, correct?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But copy, so URL will not work, correct?
Yeah, right. URL will not work.
Okay.
So this is the frequently asked question in the interview. What is the difference between the copy and add? Okay. Did you got the point? So you can answer it like in the copy URL is not supported, but in the add URL is supported.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now the next instruction is copy. So same like copy and add, they are both the same instruction. We use it to copy the file from our context to our image. Okay, as simple as that. Now the next keyword is work directory. Okay, so what do you think? What is use of this work directory? Any guess?
My image. Docker build. So it's building an image, right?
Yeah, it is building image. But what is use of this keyword? Work directory. We are now going with this keyword.
Means it's also created one folder /app.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah. So what is use of this command? This keyword is here we have specified. The word directory instruction sets the working directory for any run cmd entry point copy add instruction that follows it in Docker file. And if that folder is not existing inside the image, it will create it.
Okay.
Okay, I will show you what is used, what is the difference if you use it or if you don't use it.
Okay.
I'll just comment this thing, this URL thing. So no, but I will else I will use the different thing. This image I will use. Now what I will do, I will put dot here. Okay, dot. Let's see, and I will just remove or comment the work directory. Okay, and you simple. I think it is simple. Yeah. So also one more thing about the copy, it can use the star means the regex also. Like here we have given file dot file star. So you can see all file which matches this particular regex, it will be copied inside image, not the Docker file 1, 2, 3, 4. This thing will not be copied.
Okay.
Okay, I will show you the practical. If you do no. Now, if you do ls, what you are seeing only two files. Why? Because in the copy instruction, we have given this pattern file star /app. So copy all the files from the build context which are matching this particular pattern inside the image at this path. Okay, but suppose if you give like, if you want to give like dot here, dot means copy everything from the build context. Okay, if you now build it again, you'll see the difference. What are you seeing? Here you are seeing every file from the build context, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Why? Because we have given dot here. Also, if you want to specify like particular file, like if you want to copy only one file, file1.txt, it is also possible. File1.txt. You can see only one file is been copied.
Right.
Okay. Now see about the word directory. Now we will comment this particular keyword. Okay. Now we will also remove this thing. We will give it dot. Okay. So what is meant by dot? What do you think? What is meant by dot?
Means current directory.
Yeah, current directory inside the image.
Yes.
Okay. Now I will do one thing. I will build this image again. Build. Okay. Now image has been built. If you do go inside image, what do you see here? If you do ls, what do you see? File1.txt. Okay.
Correct.
But where it is copied?
In root.
Yeah, in root, right? Why? Because by default the work directory is slash. It is a
Correct.
root. Okay. But if you want to do certain operation or all the operation inside this particular directory, which keyword you will use? Word directory.
Yes.
Okay. If we suppose now I'm going to uncomment this thing, word directory. To build it, build the image again. Docker run. If I do pwd, which is present working directory. What is it? /app. Why? Because we have set the working directory here. Okay, so all our operations will be run inside this particular directory. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah, good. Now let's move toward the next keyword. So next keyword is the label. So this is used mostly to add some labels to your image. So it will be good for understanding or identifying the image. Okay, it is not any like it is not do any like meaningful operation. It will just add label to your images. We'll show you. So, so if you do Docker build, so here you can see what is the content of this particular Docker file. We are using the Alpine as a base OS. In the next stage, we are running some commands inside our image. Okay, using the run keyword. In the next step, we are setting the working directory. Okay. And in the next step, what we are doing, we are adding some label to our image. Okay. And the syntax is like this: label, space, and the key value pair. Key.
Okay.
Okay. And you can add, means you can specify it any number of times. You can also specify run any number of times. Like suppose here you have specified run apk add, and also we want to do like run apk add something else like git. Okay, this also is fine. You can specify this run working directory label any number of times. Did you got it? What I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but from should be only one time. Okay.
Yes.
This thing should be only one time because you are running inside it. If you run this build this image, okay, what it will do, it will add a label to that image. So how we can see it using docker inspect command. Build the image, it is built. Now do docker inspect the image name. If you do the docker inspect, you can see a lot of things here, right? the image ID, long image ID, whatever the comment if you have given anything, the container configuration, Docker version, hostname configuration, environment variable inside the image, and the CMD command, whatever you have specified here. Okay, this thing will be you can see here.
Mhm.
Okay, and the next thing is label. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah. So it will just add the label to your Docker image.
Okay. Label is just
What-
used for the identification, right?
Yes, sir. Identification. Nothing.
It's just like a tag as well, right?
Yes. Yeah. It tag, but tag we can use means we can use identify the image using tag. Okay. But label is just means for adding. It is not means nobody will means not many people use this label, but it is good practice to have some labels to your images to identify like maintainer. If you want to have some identify which people have added created this image, we can add a maintainer here. Like if you see the inspect Alpine, this here they haven't given any label right to this image.
Right.
So it is dependent upon the user. If you want to add image label, you can add the label. If you don't want to add any label, it is fine. So it is not that useful keyword. Okay. Next thing is about environment. Okay. Now, if you want to have some environment variable inside your image, okay, using this particular keyword, you can add a particular environment variable inside your image. Okay. But what do you think? What is the use of this environment variables? Why we need to add it?
Environment variables, no idea.
Yeah. So like sometimes your code will need some sensitive information. Okay, sensitive passwords, all other things. So we can use this environment to add like password and all other things. But it is not a good practice to pass all these things using this syntax. Okay, don't pass any sensitive or don't store any sensitive passwords or credentials inside a Docker file, because suppose your Git credential got compromised and someone has access to a Docker file, then they can easily find it, right? If you
Right.
specify here. Okay, so there is those so we can use some runtime command. You can pass some runtime flag to add environment variables. I will show that when we work with Jenkins. Okay, but just remember that. But we can store any non-sensitive information here.
Okay.
Like suppose some environment requires log to be disabled. Okay, so maybe your developer will say that you require like log level is equal to info for your development environment, but for your production you require error. So he needs this to be this variable present inside a development environment. Okay, but for some other environment like production, he need this variable set to this particular value. Okay, so at that time you can use this thing. Okay, so let's do the practical. Maybe you got a bit confused. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Now we have created a new image. Now let's go inside the image. Now we are inside the image, and what we have done, we have stored this thing inside the file. Whatever so you can see we have used this environment variable in our run command also. Why? Because they are set as an environment variable, and we can use anything like an environment variable inside our script, our bash, right?
Right.
Yeah, so same thing like that. We have used this environment variable inside our run command, and using this we are setting the content of this text.txt. If you do cat text.txt, what do you see? See John Doe, text.doc, and floppy. Can you see it here?
Yes.
We have set it here. That is why it is converted to a particular value. So syntax of the environment variable is keyword value, keyword value, keyword value. Okay. So you know about the keyword and value, right?
Right, right.
Okay. Also, if you do echo, what is the name of the environment variable? My dog. Okay. You can see it is accessible inside our image. Okay. Now, did you what about the environment keyboard, right?
Right.
Yeah. Now let's move toward the argument. So it is a not same like environment, you can say, but it is used mainly for like installing a particular application. Okay. Sometimes like you require to install kubectl with the version 1.18. Okay, but you don't want to hard code it. Okay, you just want to variabilize it. So using this argument or also using this environment variable, you can do it. Okay. So here the syntax is also same as the environment. Here you can see keyword is equal to value. And then again here keyword, here we are not giving any particular value to this particular argument. Okay, then how we are going to pass it? So for that we have particular syntax like build docker build build args is equal to what is this user, my user. Okay, using this particular syntax you can override it using command and argument as well. Just run this thing and we'll show you that. We're building. If you run this docker run, we are seeing all this thing. I will go inside email. I will show you one thing. If you do echo and the variable name, what do you think? What will be printed in on the terminal? What do you think?
Is
Hello?
print my dog value whatever we have stored in my dog, no variable, it will print it.
No, it will not print it. It will be empty. Why? Because there is a difference between the argument and the environment. So we use the environment keyword to set a particular environment variable inside an image. Okay. But argument is mostly used for our other purposes. Like if you want some argument for your Docker file, like to install particular package. Okay, so it is only required during Docker building, right?
Mhm.
So that is why we use the argument. So it is not set inside a image as a environment variable. It is just an argument to your. You can use this keyword like inside your run command or any other operation. Like inside copy also you can use it, but it is not set as an environment variable. So did you got the difference between these two things?
Yes, got it.
So environment keyword is used to set the environment variable inside the image, but Docker but argument is keyword is used to variabilize your Docker file. Okay. Okay. Now next command is the entry point. Okay. So all the command what we have seen for now is they are mainly used for during only Docker build process. Okay, but once your build process is completed, we have to run the Docker image, right?
Right.
So these all keywords which are used during run process like entry point, CMD, expose, volume. Volume we are not going to cover it because it is a vast topic. Okay. In expose also I will show you after like in the further sessions, but we will focus only on the entry point and CMD today.
Mhm.
Now, what is meant by entry point? So entry points is the main purpose of the entry point and the same is same. They provide the default executing command for our container. Okay. So whenever you don't do Docker run, what thing will happen? It will run the, if you do Docker run and the image name,
Mhm.
what it will do, it will run the entry point. Whatever entry point we have specified, it will run it. Okay. I will show you the demo. Now we are currently now let's go from our step by step. So can you explain me this file? Or do what is
It's from Alpine. It's downloading Alpine. Run command
hmm,
apk
hmm,
and directory and Python 3. It will also create working directory /apps. It
hmm,
will set environmental, my name, John. Okay.
hmm,
And in environment, it will also be defined variables, my name, my dog, and my cat.
hmm,
And we will store that variable output into the
hmm.
text.txt, correct?
Yeah,
And
right.
it's also installing like cmd. Okay, it's running command /bin/sh command cat, and it will give you the output of that file which we have created.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So when so it's not installing CMD. So it is just an instruction. It is
Yes,
same
it's a
like the
command.
run.
No, it's not installing it. It's a command,
Right.
and we are just running the cat command through that, right?
Right. 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 So,
And bin bash it.
exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
So when this will be run? When we do Docker run.
Docker
Right.
run. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll just see the practical now.
Okay.
We are building the this thing. Okay. Now image has been built. Okay. Now we will use this Docker run and the image tag. What will be the output?
So what will be the output? It will just create one file test.txt and give the output when we will go on site in the /apps,
No.
right?
Yeah. Right. Right. But the file will be created at what step? During running or during building?
During running, when you will run the image, when you
Uh,
run the when you will create
no.
the
No. 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 So
during the
all
build.
this thing. Yeah. During build, the file is created. Right here you can see it is created during build.
Correct. But CMD
Yeah.
will run when the Docker image will create it, right?
No. CMD will be run when we run the image.
Yeah, well, when we run the image, so then we are creating container, right?
Yeah. Right. We are creating container. Exactly.
Yes.
So we'll run the build process again. So just observe the output here when we do build. What do you see? 8 by 8. Right.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It should not be in yeah. Yeah. So here you can see we have output till here. Run echo John Doe, whatever we have here, and you store all the content inside a test.txt. But we don't see any CMD output here, right? Why? Because it will be run when we run the Docker image.
Correct.
So all this step will be run during Docker build stage, but this CMD or entry point will be run during when we run the Docker run. Okay, so now let's run Docker run. Image name was the my image 5.
Right.
Yeah. So what do you see? John Doe. So it is just doing cat.
Correct.
It is running this thing. Now suppose if you want to do ls, okay, that's also possible. You can do just copy it. We'll comment older things. We'll do ls. So what is the output of this Docker run now? What is the output of Docker run?
It will give the list of directories available under the
What
slash
at
app.
which at yeah, right, slash app. Now you're getting the point. Because we are currently set the working directory as a slash app. So
Yes.
that is why it is showing, it will be shown inside a slash app. And the content of the slash app is text.txt. Okay. So CMD and entry point are used during running process. Okay, did you got it?
Got it.
Yeah. But what is but there are currently two forms supported by these things. One is the exec form. Okay. Exec form means we have to it is in this kind of the syntax is like this. We have to specify the executable and then parameters. So here we have executable like bin bash -c is a parameter of the bash and then echo hello, this thing. But there is also one more form called shell form where by default shell will be bin bash. Okay, so we don't have to specify it. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah, there are two types of forms. One is the exec form, another is the shell form. And here there is a note, so don't confuse run with the CMD. Run actually run command and commit the result, and CMD does not execute anything at the build time. Okay, I'm again adding some emphasis for this thing, that this instruction will not be run during build time. There what is use of these keywords? It is their intention is to run the commands during the run process. Okay, did you got it? What is the use of this instruction?
Correct. Got it.
Yeah, but what do you think? What is the difference between the entry point and CMD? Have you read any?
Entry point where from when we are starting it.
No. So just focus on this particular thing because this thing will be used asked during interviews. Okay, what is the difference between the entry point and the CMD?
Okay.
Okay, so what is the difference? We cannot override the entry point, but we can override the CMD. Okay, I will show you the practical demo here.
Okay.
Not here. Yeah, here. So now, so can we explain this Docker file, what it is doing?
Yeah, it's doing from Alpine, means it's downloading the Alpine. Okay. And it will add a tree command. Okay. And create one directory called /app, and will run a command called cat/etc/os. It will give you the OS version.
Right. It will execute this command when we do Docker run.
Correct.
Okay. Now we are going to run this thing. Okay, so you're getting whatever we have specified here. We have what we want to just cat the content of this particular file. Okay, so when we do Docker run and the image name, it is executing this command. Okay, now suppose I want different command during run process. Is it possible? Yeah, it is possible. We just have to use, we just have to do Docker run and then overrideable CMD command. Okay, so here you can see that we haven't got the output of this particular command. Okay, why? Because the CMD command, whatever we have written, it got overridden by this particular command.
Okay.
Here you can write write anything. So during the running process, what it is doing, it is not using this CMD command, this particular whatever you have specified. It is using this command whatever you have specified during the run process. Okay, did you got the difference?
Yes, got it.
Not the difference, but what I want to say you that we can override the CMD command using this syntax. Okay, now let's change it to the entry point. Earlier it was now I just forgot about this CMD. I will delete it. Okay, I'll again build the image. Let's see the difference. We have do the Docker build. Okay, we have created a new image with this particular Docker file. Now we are going to run the image. Okay, you are getting the output. Now what we are going to do, we want to override this thing, override this entry point. Okay, what did you got? You got only output whatever we wanted during entry point. So whatever we have specified in the entry point that got executed, right? But not this command.
Okay, so when we are using entry point, so it will not execute CMD, right?
No. So these are the that is also different scenario. I will show you, but
Because
the
see,
main
here, if we are running any command, right, CMD, so it will also running the same thing, correct? And entry point.
right.
So I'm not understanding the difference.
Yeah. So when we use the CMD, okay, when we use the CMD and build the image, and when we do Docker run without any extra parameters, anything, okay, just focus on this. We have run using this by default Docker, using Docker run and the image tag. Okay, when we run this thing, what it did, it executed whatever we have specified in the CMD. Okay, we haven't specified entry point now. Okay, forget about the entry point. Inside the Docker file, we have specified CMD. So that is why when we do Docker run, it ran this particular command.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you want to override this instruction, if you don't want this particular instruction to be run when you do Docker run, you can do using this command, using this syntax. What you are doing after this, we are specifying the new command, whatever we want to run. So it ran this command and stopped. Like I will show you one more. Like if you want to run like ls.
Okay.
Also running ls.
Okay.
Slash.
Okay, got it. Message overwriting whatever we have written in the Docker files, right?
Yeah, right. Whatever we specified in a Docker file, it is overwriting. But in case of entry point, what did you saw? It is not overriding it. Whatever we are passing, it is skipped.
Okay.
So if you run this Docker run, and now you pass this, it is not overrided. Okay. But what you are seeing, we are seeing output of the command whatever we specified in the Docker file. Okay. We're not able to override the entry point. There is one more way we can using which we can override, but there is only one way. It's actually we using this thing only. Yes, something like that. Okay, I think it is not present here. I'll show you tomorrow. I don't remember it now. Okay, but I will show you
Okay.
how to override it also. But did you go to difference?
Yes,
What
yes.
is
Now I got it.
if you specify CMD, we
You
can
can override
easily
the command.
override. Yeah, you can
Yes.
override our command. Okay. Now there is a one more point now. Now suppose you also specified entry point and the CMD. Okay. So what means how it will run now? What it will do? It will pass this as a parameter to the entry point command.
Mhm.
Okay. So what will be output here? It will show. It will cat the content of this file, and also we have passed CMD. Okay. So what will do? It will just append it to this particular command. It will just pass this argument as a parameter as an argument to this particular command.
Okay.
I will show you the execution. Docker page, run it. Now Docker run. So if you run it, what do you think? What will be the output? What will be the output?
So it will run entry point as well CMD.
Right. But how? Means what it is doing? It will whatever I will show you. If you do Docker run, what you are seeing? You are seeing content of this os.release file, and then again in the next line you are seeing this thing. Why?
Because it's
Yes, I will show you one time. Let's go inside a container. Okay, so it is we are currently inside Alpine OS, and now we want to run this thing cat